Hey racers, JonRacer3 here, back for another video. Today I thought it'd be fun to take out the GT cars and do a track on the Yankee Overdrive track, because if you guys have stuck around my channel for a while, you would know that I did a I did a series with these GT cars on my channel involving the Yankee Overdrive track, so I thought it'd be a fun little throwback. So that is what this tournament is going to be. It's going to be the GT Racing League, whatever it was called, 2, only it'll be one video instead of 10, which I think you guys will appreciate. So we have the Yankee Overdrive track, we have the 2-lane course, 4 cars at a time, so it's going to get crazy. Let's talk about the rules. So the way this is going to work is, well, it's actually sort of a new sort of rule-based system just for this video. We'll have 4 cars going at one time. As you can see, we have the Mercedes and the Ford lined up on the pole for the first race. So the way it's going to work is it's going to be the first race with the 2 cars in the front, and the winner of that race will be moving on, but then the cars will switch, and the Corvette and the Renault will be in the front lanes, and the Ford and the Mercedes will be in the rear lanes, and then the winner of the second race will move on. So it is possible that there can be one car to win both races, and if so, that would be incredible. But we're gonna have we're gonna have 4 car races with 2 cars moving on after every race, if that makes sense. So hopefully this rule-based system doesn't have any flaws in it, because I thought of it off the top of my head. And yeah, let's get started. Here's our first race. You guys have seen these cars. We've got the Mercedes AMG GT3, the Ford GT Race, then we have the Corvette and the Renault, looking fantastic. Race 1 in 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Mercedes taking the first race. Here we go, the second race. The Mercedes is already moving on, but can the Corvette and the Renault move on against the Mercedes? I don't know. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's a crash down the straightaway, and it's going to be the Mercedes taking the win, destroying all of these cars. Looks like only one car is going to be moving on after the first race. The Mercedes coming in with the sweep out of nowhere. And we have another Mercedes in this race in a beautiful blue color, going up against the Lamborghini, the Ford, and the Aston Martin. Who will take it? 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Ford GT beating the Lamborghini down to the finish line. Here we go, race 2. The Ford GT is up 1. Can another car move on? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it looks like it's going to be the Aston Martin beating out all 4 cars to the finish line. Here we go, in our next matchup of cars, we have our third Ford GT competing in this race in the black and blue color. Personally, one of my favorite paint schemes for this car, and it's going to go up against the Cadillac, another Aston Martin, and another Corvette. Who is going to take it? 3, 2, 1. Look at that Corvette absolutely blowing by these cars. Moving on to the next round. Here we go. The Corvette actually started in the back in that last race, so I think this will be a free pass, because that Corvette has been very quick today. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the Corvette, without question, is going to be moving on. Here we go for our next matchup. We have another Corvette on the track, so that is a car to look out for, with a BMW. We have not seen a BMW today yet. A Lamborghini and a Renault. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the Corvette's going to beat the Renault down the drag strip to take the first win. The Corvette's moving on, but can he blow by the competition? We're about to find out. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's a wreck down the straightaway. The Lamborghini tries to take out the BMW, but the BMW manages to hold on to its position of first place, and we'll move on to the next round. Here we are for our next matchup. We have Ford, Lamborghini, BMW, and Aston Martin. Let's see who wins. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. It looks like the BMW is going to blow by the competition. It looks like the Ford GT and Aston Martin wrecked on the backstretch, but that is no match for the speed of these BMWs today. Here we go, these cars have switched positions. The BMWs already won one race. Can he blow by the competition? We're about to find out. 3, 2, 1. It does not look like it. The Aston Martin with a very clean race is going to be moving on. Here we go, we've got approximately 4 total races left of the first round. We have those cars, and then these cars. We've got another Mercedes in this matchup. It's Mercedes, Lamborghini, Cadillac, and BMW. 3, 2, 1. And the BMW is going to be moving on. They have been unstoppable today. The Mercedes had a good first impression in the first race, but it has not been able to live up to its name. Let's see if the Mercedes can take it. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's a crash down the backstretch. The BMW tries to shut out the Lamborghini from moving on, but it is going to be the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo moving on to the next race. Here we go, here are your final cars to take on the course. We have the Cadillac, the Renault, the Corvette, and the Mercedes. 3, 2, 1. Look at that! Corvette's gonna be sneaking the victory away from the Mercedes and the Cadillac, who are battling each other down to the last stretch. That is unfortunate, and now the Corvette is starting on the pole.
I interrupt this video to let you guys know about my second channel / gaming channel, if you want to call it that. On this channel I upload a whole bunch of stuff. I upload Forza videos, which I know a lot of you guys like. I've even dipped my feet into some VR gaming, and then I've even done a movie review. So if you guys want to help me and support this channel, all you gotta do is click that subscribe button and make sure you have the notifications on. I would really appreciate it, and I'll be doing some fun stuff with this channel in the future, so go ahead, click the link down below, subscribe to this channel, and I'll keep you guys updated on maybe some giveaways and fun stuff that we have in the future. So, thank you guys for subscribing. Now, back to your scheduled video.
Here we go, here's the final race of the first round. The Corvette is up 1. If the Corvette wins this, he'll be the only car moving on from this race. Let's see if he can take it. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and the Corvette tries to take it, but gets caught up on the wall. The Mercedes is going to be moving on as well. Here you guys have it. We have 12 cars that have moved on to the semi-finals. The way it's going to work, it's going to be the same rules as last time, but we're only going to have 3 cars in the finals. So we got that to look out for. Let's start off with our first 4 cars. Just as like a head count for the manufacturers, Corvette got 3 of their cars into the semifinals. BMW got all 3 of their cars into the finals. Aston Martin with 2, Mercedes with 2, and then some other manufacturers with 1 car. But let's see who takes this first race. We've got a lot of fast cars here. Who will take it in 3, 2, 1? Look at that Mercedes go! There was a wreck with the Aston Martin and the Ford, and the Mercedes is gonna blow right by it. Here we are, Corvettes have proved very dominant in the front row. Can the Corvette beat the Aston Martin? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's an awful crash! Looks like the Mercedes is gonna roll backwards. None of the cars reach the end, so I think it's only fair if we do a re-race. Here we go, let's try that race again. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the Aston Martin's gonna zoom down the straightaway, beating out the Mercedes to take the win. Aston Martin and Mercedes have moved 1 car to the semifinals already. I guess this is not the semifinals. The next round will be semifinals. This is only the second round. And we have 2 BMWs facing off against each other in this race. Who will take it? 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the Corvette is going to sneak the win away from the BMW. Here we go. The Corvette's already moved on. Who else will move on? 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the BMW sneaking that victory away and moving on. Here we go. We got BMW, Corvette, Lamborghini, and Mercedes in our final second round matchup. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and it's an awful wreck from the BMW. The Mercedes is going to be moving on in the first race. Here we go, and unfortunately for the other cars, the Mercedes is starting on the front row. Can the Corvette beat out the Mercedes? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. And the Corvette will be able to beat out the Mercedes easy. Moving on to the semifinals. Here we go. Now we are down to 6 cars. We got 2 Corvettes, 2 Mercedes, a BMW, and an Aston Martin. So the way this is going to work is it's going to be the first car to 2 wins. The cars will shuffle lanes. We'll have 3 race cars in the first race, 3 cars in the second race, down to the finale in a 1v1 scenario. Let's start with our first 3 cars. Here we go. Race number 1, Aston Martin, Mercedes, Corvette. First car to 2 wins is the winner. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and the Corvette's gonna sneak the victory away, coming from the behind with the first win. Here we go, the cars have shuffled lanes and the Corvette's in the front row, which is not looking good for the Mercedes. 3, 2, 1. And it's super close to call. The Mercedes sneaks the win from the middle lane. That was an incredible race. The Mercedes and the Corvette are now 1-1. Aston Martin, 0. The Corvette and the Mercedes have won. Aston Martin, 0. 3, 2, 1. And the Mercedes is gonna sneak the win. The Corvette stops the Aston Martin, causing them both to lose, and the Mercedes to move on to the finals. Here we are for our final matchup. Who will go up against the Mercedes? Will it be BMW, Corvette, or another Mercedes? It's hard to tell. Only one way to find out. 3, 2, 1. And that BMW, absolutely flying down the track, takes the first win. Here we go, one more for the BMW, and it's all over. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, and the BMW racks right from the Mercedes, allowing the Corvette to get his first win. It's BMW Corvette 1, Mercedes 0. 3, 2, 1. And it's a close one, but it is going to be the Corvette. Moving on to the finals. Here we are for the final matchup. We have Corvette versus Mercedes in a 1-to-3 shootout. Who will it be? Here we go. Race number 1. 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Corvette taking the first win. Race number 2. 3, 2, 1. The Corvette's gonna beat out the Mercedes. Video cut out there for the second win. One more for the Corvette, and it's a clean sweep. 3, 2, 1. And it's a clean sweep for the Corvette, being your champion today. Thank you guys so much for watching this tournament. I hope you enjoyed. It was a blast to film. If you want to see more tournaments like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next tournament. Take it easy. Peace!